Hello, golf friend, and welcome back to Above Par. So nice to have you here. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I can't believe it's already the middle of August. It's crazy. Kids going back to college, kids getting back in school. Summer feels like it's winding down. So I hope you're enjoying, if it is the last few weeks of your summer, an amazing summer. So I wanted to talk about a topic that came up. Thank you to a couple of clients who I had this discussion with them about luck on the golf course. And I want to give you a couple points, and I'm going to give you something to do at the end of this podcast. So stay with me. And I want to talk about and reframe the way that you look at luck, because this is what can happen. We can go through playing golf. You're going to get bad bounces and bad breaks, and we can start to feel very unlucky. This can happen in your day to day life too. So you can use this anywhere. And I want to reintroduce you to a couple concepts that I've talked about in other podcasts today. And like I said, give you something to do at the end. So, one of the things about bad luck or getting bad breaks, you get a bad bounce, it goes in the bunker. Or I was actually just thinking about Justin Thomas as he was trying to go through again into the playoffs where he hit the flag stick, bad break, bounced out instead of bouncing in. And it's so easy for us to spiral into a place where we feel like we're very unlucky, that we don't get any good breaks, that everybody else gets all the good breaks and that we don't. And it feels really bad and a little bit of despair and hopelessness in there. And then what happens is we go on the golf course and we continue to look for all the bad breaks that we get. We start labeling ourselves as a person who's just unlucky, who never gets a good break. All the bad things happen to us. And I promise you that dialogue and that way of looking at your golf game and your life is very heavy. You will for sure find evidence of it. You will prove it to yourself over and over again. And it can turn into a lot of like hopelessness, like I said. So, the first concept I want to remind you about is 50-50. Life and golf are 50-50. We will go through life experiencing half of life on the positive end of the spectrum and half on the negative end of the spectrum, even within one day. Doesn't mean it's anything major or it's anything bad. It could be as simple as breaking a glass or stubbing your toe or getting stuck at a light when you wanted to make it. Like there's just going to be little moments of negative experiences and there's going to be moments of positive experiences. They balance out. We can have days that are amazing and it's just a beautiful, great day, just like on the golf course. Everything's a positive day. And then we could have the other day that seems like nothing is going right. Everything is against us. We just want to go home and go to bed and just wake up the next day and start all over again. That day was a little bit heavier on the negative side. But this is the thing, they balance out. If you can believe that concept that life is 50-50, that everything balances out. So if you're going through a bad moment, you know that you're going to get a positive moment. We need the bad moments to have the contrast so that we can appreciate the good moments anyway. We don't end up appreciating the good breaks if all we got were good breaks. We need the contrast so that we can have the emotion that goes with the positivity and the positive things in life. We want to feel joy and happiness and excitement because of these positive things, but we don't get to experience that unless we have the contrast of crappy things happening. Now, how long we stay at a crappy place is up to us. The moment might happen, but how long we stay there is totally in our control. We can decide not to stay there very long, and we can have a positive moment and decide to stay there much longer by the way that we think and we feel. Same thing with golf. So, one of the challenges that you're going to experience is that frustration happens for two main reasons. One is that we have expectations that we haven't met. So, sometimes they're too high and we don't meet them, then we get frustrated. But the other one is that when we feel like we've had a disservice, we've been wronged in some way, we get bad break, that creates frustration. So we're going to have these bad breaks. We're going to experience frustration. How long you stay there is up to you. But that is definitely your indicator that you have something that you felt like was unjust, that wasn't right, shouldn't have happened. I hit the flight stick, it bounced out. Not fair. I have frustration. Then you get to pivot off of that and decide how long you want to stay there. If you decide to start telling yourself the story that all you do is get bad breaks, you're going to start looking through the second concept that I talk about, a lens, like glasses. You're going to scan your environment. You're going to scan your world for different ways and all the ways that you get bad breaks. You're like, see, there's another bad break. See, that one didn't go in either. See, I got a bad lie in the bunker. My ball's in the divot. My ball's behind a tree. I have a pine cone up next to my ball. I made a double coming in. I'm the unluckiest person on the planet. You will find evidence. You will find evidence in your day-to-day life. You will find evidence on the golf course. If you put on the lens that I'm unlucky, I get bad breaks. I'm the only one who gets bad breaks, right? And it feels terrible. But if you can remind yourself that life is 50-50, likely there are a lot of good breaks and you're missing them. You're not paying attention to them because you have the lens on that I'm an unlucky person, that nothing is going my way, that I can never put two good rounds together. And then you start looking for the evidence to prove that you're right. Your brain wants you to be right. So if you say that to yourself, your brain will scan for all the evidence that you're right. It's kind of like when you go to a sporting event and you're shocked that there's so many people of the opposing team or in the stand. All you're going to see is that colored jersey. You're like, you're right. All I see is purple everywhere. It's crazy. And then someone says, yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of the home team here. And then the next time your eye will scan for all the home team. You're like, you're right. Now all I see is red. That's because we put our brain, we set the intention to what we want to pay attention to. So if you set the intention, which is another podcast, and you put your attention on all your bad breaks, that's all you're going to see. And you're going to find more and more evidence that you're not lucky and you get bad breaks and nothing seems to go your way. No wonder you're never going to lower your handicap or win a tournament or qualify. It just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out and play the next 2 or 3 rounds, and I want you to set the intention of looking for all your good breaks. You're going to ignore your bad ones. The whole purpose is to go out there and go, all I'm going to look for is all the good bounces and breaks that I got that I'm not paying attention to, that I'm ignoring. And I want you to do it for 2 or 3 rounds. Tally them up. Could be your ball went down the fairway, kicked right down the hill, and you got an extra 30 yards. We just scan over it. Don't pay any attention to it. Could be that your ball skipped through the bunker instead of staying in the bunker. You just carried a lip instead of plugging in the face of a bunker. It could be that you misread a putt and you pushed it and went in. That's a good break. It could be that you're in the fairway and you notice your ball was just rolled through a divot. It was on the other side of a divot. You could be in the trees and have an opening. There's so many different ways that we get good breaks on the golf course. We just don't look for them. So I want you to go out and set the intention to look for all the good breaks, all the good things that are happening. The lucky bounces, chip-ins, the long putts, the sculled shot that got up on the green and was 10 feet away. I want you to look for all of them. Pay attention to them, write them down, keep a tally, and give your brain evidence that of the 2 concepts, the one that life and golf are indeed 50-50, and that I will see what I put my attention to. So once you have that evidence, and once you have the proof that you have equal amounts of good luck and bad luck, when it happens on the golf course and you get a bad break, you can remind yourself, this is 50-50. I've had lots of good breaks too. And then to end the frustration, you want to quit arguing with reality. It happened. There's not a dang thing you can do about it. It's your time to pivot and move on to something that is better, that's useful, that's going to serve you. Because every time we argue with reality, we lose. You want to take those bad breaks that are going to happen and make them neutral for your own benefit. All right, my friends? 50-50. The lenses that we wear is what we're going to look for and what we're going to see in the world. And I want you to go out there and look for all the good breaks that you're getting on the golf course or in your day-to-day life or in other sports or at work or whatever you want to focus on. Look for all the positive, the good breaks, the luck. Feels way better to see evidence of that. All right, my friends, if I can help you in any way, make sure you reach out to me at kathyhartwood.com. Have a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.